let's have a look. So I'm going to sit here. So I asked Amanda whether she can join, and she was very happy to do so. Thank you.
You're all right. Thank you.
Shall I hold this for you? Okay, you can hold this if you want. We can help each other, right? So when I got the brief request from Denise and from Lynn, one of the event today is to engage with our consumers because they are main partners, right? So thank you for doing this with a big smile. So what we want to hear is we're talking from our hearts. And sometimes that's difficult to do when there's a lot of people, right? So today, me, you, Graham, and Amanda, all three of us, and Denise behind me, are built of titanium. Titanium means I'll be doing conversations that you both have done for many years of your life. They want you to talk from your hearts. Smile. They want to learn how the next Graham, the next Amanda that they meet, how they can make sure that the meeting is unforgettable, right? What is the most important thing about you? So they are really wanting to know. So the question is tell Graham about yourself to the people in this room. I want you to smile. If it gets a lot emotionally, you look at the love of your life, you know who the young lady is. But also, so question to Graham, which I think is one of the most difficult questions in job interviews. Tell us about yourself, right? Tell us about yourself.
Right. First up, I was born in Watamana, near Hobart in 1958. Dad worked at Watamana, which was one of the Hydro Tasmania's first power stations. I attended the local school for 1 year before my father was relocated to Palatina. Later went to Crescent High School where I became prefect. Most of my working life has been with Hydro Tasmania. It's been a family affair. My dad, brother, son, cousins all work for Hydro Tasmania. I was the last person to shut down the Watamana power station. I've organised back to Watamana Day on a 50-year celebration with my brother, my dad, attended, and he thought it was a celebrity. Also gave me an interview live to the weekend.
Wow. And as you were talking, there were pictures, story pictures behind you. And there's you giving the interview to, is it Tasmanian Channel 7, was it? 76. Thank you. You haven't changed at all, so it looks exactly the same. So, what was it? So I missed this by the door.
The dog is a bit further on there.
Yeah.
We've got a dog named Ruby.
Yeah.
And
can I have a look? Sorry. Yeah. I'm just going to do something. Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
So I retired at Gary Park where I was production manager. However, I was asked to go back twice after retirement. I got paid a bit more money, so I was happy to stay there for a bit longer. I've been married to Mandy for 45 years, and we have a son, daughter and 4 grandchildren. We also have a family dog called Ruby, who keeps me very busy. I started playing golf at the age of 12, Palatina Golf Club. My current handicap is 10, and I've won a few trophies on the way. People do not believe I have dementia because I know how to play golf. However, there's some people know how it affects me and they support me as a parent.
So if you think about Graham's and Mandy's life story, they're very blessed, aren't they? very colourful life story. You've been married together 45 years. You got a boy and a girl. Yeah. Who's your favourite? Is it the son or the daughter? Equally the same. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the next page. So the question that I'm going to ask you is the same question that people wanting to hear, because yours and Mandy's personal experience attending meetings or clinics to see not just the needs but the GP are important for us to learn from your life experiences, right? So, and also how you felt. So the question is for Graeme and obviously Mandy's, can we ask you about your diagnosis? So today we talk about dementia. So can we ask you please about your diagnosis, please, Graeme?
So about 3 years ago, I noticed things were not right. At that time I was occasionally losing personal items, having difficulties with words and names, but that can happen to anyone at that age. I went to my GP with my concerns. He made a referral to a geriatrician. I was 64 years when I saw the geriatrician. He got me to do a memory test and then sent me for an MRI and a special scan called PET. 3 months later I was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. It was a shock to find out how deep down I knew something was wrong. The diagnosis affected me, who immediately thought about all the bad things. But now we both realised that we've got a lot to do. But living later in those stages, as I was disease kicks in. I'm sure that my dad developed dementia at an older age, but was very never diagnosed. Did not really know that dementia could start at a younger age.
Yep, let me help you.
I started taking Paracetamol, daily Subanade was also recommended. This is a support drink. My geriatrician tells me that I'm a star patient as I've had all good response to his medication. I'm also keen to hear of potential new treatments that can sustain.
So just to echo what Graeme said, so we mentioned about treatment, landscape treatment we have. So you are on a medicine called Aricept. So you must be, I believe, and I echo your doctor, you are a star patient, star wife patient. The medication works in 1 in 4 people. What it does, it helps, just how you saw how well Graeme did to read out his life story. That's what the drug can do. It helps with thinking clarity, helping in the part of the brain to communicate better. You know the souvenir, what is your favorite flavor of the drink?
Oh, the lemon.
The lemon, okay. My favorite is the non-cappuccino ones. What it does, it has all the ingredients, omega-3, 6, all the vitamins. In the past, in the England, I gave 13 capsules and vitamins, tablets, fish oil, coconut oil to my patient. I don't do that now. I do the souvenir. That souvenir has got 60% chance of helping. The tablet, 25%. Souvenir 6, what makes the mathematics outcome? 85%. And the happiness, the love, make it 2000%. Okay? So that's wonderful. So the next question to ask, let me check, is this one. Yeah. This is important. Many of us, including Graeme and Mandy, would go and see that doctor, that nurse, whoever that person be. Then they say goodbye to them and went back home. And you'll be, your emotions, your thinking. So the question, this is a hard one. How has your dementia or Alzheimer's diagnosis, Graeme, and obviously to you, Mandy, knowing that your beloved, your husband, was being told and live with Alzheimer's disease has affected you and obviously your family, and what changes that have been in your life since then. So that's 3 years ago. So the question is, how has your diagnosis, Graham, affected you, sir?
So, I often get a foggy head, especially when I'm tired. It takes me longer to work things out and to prioritise activities. If I'm out of my routine and things change, it throws me. For example, the system of checking in at the local golf club changed. It used to be just signing your name and choosing a time slot. It would be now it's a computerised system which completely floored me. Now I have a team of supporters to help me. I also find it hard to concentrate, and I am certainly more emotional now. I have trouble with black on black backgrounds, for example. A black mat on a dark coloured floor would look like a hole in the ground. I deal with these challenges by just taking things in my stride and focus on being positive for what I can achieve.
Can I ask you, the carpets that we are on sitting, what do you think of the carpet here?
Oh, it's fine.
It's fine. But what I meant to say, so we've talked about not just memory, didn't we? About how the brain changed with Alzheimer's disease. So I'm certain what you do, you're trying to live your best and fullest, right? Day by day, second by second, and you too, Mandy, right? Now, the last question, I'm also wanting to ask your thoughts too afterwards, so if you don't mind, okay? I know it's not on the script. So the question that everybody wants to know is for not just for you, but for Mandy, but for family. What support do you get? What support was offered and what support that you got since you were told of your dementia diagnosis, please?
It's been that long I can't really remember it all. So basically the sector team took us in touch with Dementia Support Australia. They organised a retreat for younger people living with dementia and their supporters. We learned so much at the event. It was a great meeting others in the same situation. You realise that you're not on your own. We're still friends with one couple. We have ongoing contact with the genetician. Both the Executive Success Team and Dementia Support Australia are available if needed. They are also resources available online.
So that's the end of the script that was given to us, but I think I'm going to ask, is it okay if you've done very well? You spoke from your heart. Now, I'm going to, let's give the mic to Mandy now. And you do not know I'm going to ask. If there's anything, I'm trying to reflect how things were. Not just so that I can do my job better. If there's anything that could have been done differently and better 3 years ago, Mandy, what would that be in this process of not just diagnosing, supporting Graham and yourself and your family? What could have been done differently and the outcome is better from your, what do you think?
That's a hard question.
It is.
Yes.
Could it be that, I know it's people like Denise is 1 in a billion, right? But she told me she wants to retire next year.
Yes, she told me.
So that's a problem, right? Do you feel that there should be more effort, Mandy, not just to support Graham, but caregivers? So caregivers is yourself. If that would to be, what would be the most ideal way to support you when you might be somewhere else worrying about not just Graham, but what would be the best way to help you so that you feel supported better?
Just know there's more people out there, more support. Who do you go to when you're in crisis? You know, who do you ring? Just know there's a lot of support out there. And we need more geriatricians. Yeah. Yes.
Can I ask you, the thing that I hear a lot is how do we help Graeme? How many grandchildren do you have, by the way?
4.
Who's your favourite?
Troublemaker.
Troublemaker. But sometimes how we help the young ones to learn, not to learn, perhaps understand what dementia is, the approach must be different because they are younger. Do you find that your grandchildren understands what dementia more now?
The eldest one does just ask a couple of questions. The other ones are too little or too young. Young to understand. Yeah.
I still do not know much about dementia, you see. I don't. Yeah, I don't. But what I know, the most important thing is family. If some people do not have family, so we need to do differently. We've got connecting outside, we've got worker staff. And I agree with you, we need more specialists, nurses, doctors. We need to have good services, the support, so that you can go for a retreat. I used to work for Dementia Support Australia, and we know 3 nights you were away from home to the retreat. Yeah, 3 nights wasn't it? Yeah. Is it still happening now? Is it still working? Yeah. So what do you love most about your husband? You didn't expect that, did you? See, didn't expect that. What do you love most about Graeme?
What do I love most about you?
It's being recorded.
He's just my friend.
Sorry, I tend to ask questions like that. Can I ask you,
Jump underneath.
what do you love most about Mandy?
She's always there. She's a marvellous mother, and I couldn't say more about her.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not. The plan is not to make you cry. The plan is to show people the power of love. Okay? You're holding flowers. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm being silly. But I wanted to show you how wonderful the strength of people's emotion and love makes you both sitting here. You did so well, sir. Thank you so much. Okay? And you too. I'm going to give you a hug. Yeah. So the medication that Graeme was saying, it's the one that looks in the right bottom blue box called Aricept. So this is the treatment that has been available in the market for many, many years. What it does, it doesn't cure, but what it does, it helps with the promotion of brain chemical called acetylcholine. You take it 1 in the morning. Some people take it at night, but usually in the morning. It's to promote brain chemical called acetylcholine, so that the receptors can communicate circuit better and better thinking clarity. The problem is that we cannot stop the loss of cells due to the plaques and tangles. So the research now is trying to stop those bad proteins that kills brain cells slowly so that we can stop the progression of this disease called dementia, right? That's the whole ethos of it. So imagine, I wanted to show, this is the one that I think, do you take the powder version, do you? The Souvenir, the powder one? Yeah. Graeme likes the lime flavored one. The powder version, you open after a fortnight, you must finish the whole powder left. Okay, that's what the lifespan. It comes in a drink version. You should take it minimum 3 years. It costs about $3 something to $4.50 per day. It has got a lot of omega-3 are sea, fish, krill, omega-6 with plants. If you're a vegan, then you must not take this. You can take plant oil or flaxseed or other options. You've got a lot of vitamins. I take 11 supplements. I take Yakult since I was 16. Because I believe, even at that time, I need to make sure I look after my brain. So I did. So Yakult is one more to add. Low sugar Yakult, once a day. Good health means healthy body, healthy man. Yakult, or you can get the probiotic, which is the powder in cap, which I also take. So if you have good health, that means you have good absorption of vitamins and nutrients, right? You must exercise 10,000 steps, or you do your best to get there. And also, I'm just going to show you the drugs that called donanemab. So very briefly, this was in the news last year. I get phone calls every week about this for many, many years. I would tell them, yes, we are doing something. We have level 5 clinic that does infusion. Even though we do not get the outcome, the report, at least it's not a bad research. At least we know what to do next differently. Okay? So finally, this drug called donanemab has been approved, because the problem with current treatment landscape, as what Graham and what Mandy said, is this. We need to make sure that the services in northern Tasmania is not fragmented, and it must be consistent, right? It has to do that. It has to make sure that when do doctors refer to the doctors that come and visit. That could be neurologist or geriatrician or memory physician. And also, are people living in Ulverston get the same treatment services like those in Hobart or Melbourne? Big question, right? But yet, we've learned from COVID that we can communicate well with telehealth, with Zoom, with Teams. We can do it. This is just one concept. You know, the one that I've been telling you, the one that's squiggly brown? There's many other. So these are the things that causes Alzheimer's disease. We can only target this one and this one, maybe. What about the rest? So we need more people, young brains to help us. Beyond symptom control, new era has begun this year. So there are two concepts, stopping, the amyloid, the plaques and tangles, or the next thing is tau. Also the same, tau causes tau protein deficits, kill brain cells. Now, imagine if we can stop this horrible, Graham, this bit is the amyloid plaques. It goes to your healthy brain receptors. Imagine the brain looks like the picture colors. It takes away brain cells slowly. First 15 years, boom, year 16. Actual objective memory problems, right? What if I do your scan now, I do your lumbar puncture, and I know 10 years, yay, let's do something now. Let's stop it from achieving even year 5 years, correct? You'd be happy, wouldn't you? Yes. So imagine we can stop this, take this away so that your brain cells would not disappear. Isn't that good? We can do this. We need money. The drug is here already. It's been approved by TGA last week. Last week. America, many years. Last week. Because financial. So these are the other drugs. Donanemab, lecanemab, all, and aducanumab. I'm looking French now. All the drugs does at different stages of production of, the squiggly things called amyloid plaques and tangles and tau equivalent in a way, but talking about amyloid, it stops the formation of those things called, this one. It kills brain, this one. This one, with time, takes away brain cells, healthy memory cells in those colors, green, blue, orange, and lastly the purple, and lastly the part that controls your lungs, your breathing, and your other things. That's automatic. Imagine in the future we can, but now we know, even though we don't have that yet, because we're waiting for stage 2, stage 3, we can ask you to exercise. We can ask you to control your breathing. You meditate, not in the way like Lord Buddha does. You breathe, you do things that makes you happy, so that you have more endorphins, dopamine. You can control the amount of blood to your brain. And that means doing things more that makes you happy. For me, talking like this makes me happy. So that's we are 45 minutes late, taking your time. 3 minutes, oh my God, what pain. Pain got the drain. No pain talk today. So imagine that. I wanted to tell you stories about my past clients, same with Alzheimer's, like the late Ralph Porter, how we became a campaign that it's so important, how we make sure that caring for cognitive impairment is compulsory. We have to change. We have to make sure people that we love live longer and better. If there's one Graham here, there will be a million more Graham behind, right? Then you have Amanda, then you have your favorite son and daughter and your favorite 4 or 5 grandchildren, right? And people around you. Imagine if I were to go back to how I started this. It's really about understanding, this is where I work, like Australia's first purposely built environment for older person with 3 separate gardens, with the bus stop gardens. And also, we need to make sure that we have a ways of concept, ways of working, right environment, right people, the right staff, the right ways of working, the right person to push the campaign for dignity. Karen Hale's husband is from Devonport. In the car lane, I talk about Karen Hale's and Elaine. So this is Karen Hale. She was the matron. She's Canadian, but fell in love with her husband, but somehow landed and living in Adelaide. But she was telling me, you must go to Devonport, don't go to Launceston. Hence, I chose to fly to Devonport. Karen Hales and I started this campaign called Dementia, Dignity in Care, and then also with my other jobs with DSA. I've led the team for many years until last year because I'm focusing more on the work with Nightingale, helping people, including you and Mandy, for in the future to support Graham to be at home as long as physically able so that you can be together. Life itself is terminal, Brenda.
Yes.
Right? We do not know how long or how short we have. What we know, we have now. So before I don't know how I'm going to do my pain session. It's not going to happen. Now, imagine next time you do, I'm going to have some ideas. Have an open day called Mindful of Dementia. Get DSA, have lots of events, have 15 stations, invite experts, have Marilyn Monroe, have all this thing to dress up and make sure you have a state engagement for Tasmania, what's happening in pockets, and share knowledge. And lastly, if you were to go to Scotland, please drop by at Stirling University. Alex, you would love it. If you go to Stirling, there you go, last week, oh my God. There you go. So I'm certain everyone is excited to hear your experiences. So lastly, before I finish, I just wanted to share with you. So thank you again. I do not know when we'll meet each other, but I know for certain, whatever happens in life, you're going to be fine because you have each other. Thank you again, everybody, for inviting me. This is the world's fastest slide. The world's fastest slide, anyway. And I've got another slide.